The rain fell in heavy sheets over Lagos, turning the red earth roads into rivers of mud. Emem trudged home, his guitar case clutched tight against his chest to shield it from the downpour. The strap had long since broken, held together now by fraying duct tape. Emem, his landlord, Mr. Ademola, blocked the doorway of the rundown apartment building, arms folded over his broad belly. 3 months rent you owe me. 3! Emem adjusted his cracked glasses. I get show tomorrow at Nikon Lodge. Big money coming. Story! Last month, na so you talk. Ademola spat into the mud. Tomorrow, your load go dey outside if you no pay. Inside his one-room apartment, the ceiling leaked in 3 places. Pots and buckets littered the floor, catching drips. A sad percussion to his misery. Norma sat on their mattress, mending the sleeve of his only good shirt. You wet like fish, she said without looking up. Emem set down his guitar and peeled off his soaked t-shirt. Oga Ademola don issue quit notice o. Norma sniffed. She was beautiful, even in worry, her high cheekbones catching the dim light from the kerosene lamp. Uncle wey dey Lagos no go help. He say make I find real work. Emem laughed bitterly. Like say studio sessions dey grow for tree. That night, as Norma slept curled against his back, Emem stared at the water stains on the ceiling that looked like dancing figures. 7 years in Lagos. 7 years of empty promises from producers who said his blend of high life and Afrobeat was too local for Ademola for 1 more week. The next morning, Emem took a shortcut through Balogun Market, past yam sellers and frying akara in blackened oil drums. An ancient market woman with tribal marks stopped him. Oh boy, fine musician boy. She grabbed it with surprising strength. I get something for your kind. From a ragged wrapper, she produced a carved from dark wood, its surface etched with strange symbols. Na original flute be this o. Play am. The river goddess go hear you. Emem tried to pull away. Ah, Mama, I know the buy. The woman's grip tightened. Oh, so you think say na coincidence you see me today? Mami Wata don't choose you. Something in her eyes made his skin prickle. Against his better judgment, he traded his wristwatch, the last gift from his late father, for the flute. That night at Nikon Lounge, the crowd booed when Emem pulled out the flute. His lips touched the wood. The music that poured out wasn't his. The notes slithered like river currents, hypnotic and ancient. The crowd fell silent. Then, madness. Women wept. Men threw money on stage. A Lagos producer shoved a contract into Emem's hand before the show ended. Later, alone at the deserted river, Emem played the flute again. The river stirred. She rose from the water, skin gleaming like oil in moonlight, waist beads made out of pearls. Small boy, Mami Wata poured. You don't finally call me. 2 years later, Emem the Flute King sold out Echo Hotel. His face shined from billboards across Lagos. He bought Norma a diamond ring at their wedding at Tinapa Resort, where celebrities attended. But at night, the dreams came. 5 years remain. 5 years remain. The Mami Wata whispered in his dreams. Jide, his manager, poured sparkling wine into crystal glasses. Guy, you dey fear to born pikin? Na so you go old with Norma alone? Emem drained his glass. You go think say I mad if I talk truth. Jide laughed. After all the craze wey we don see for this industry, Jide, I don sell my first child to river spirit. The silence that followed was so thick. The hum of the AC sounded like screams. Behind the ajar door leading to the kitchen, Norma dropped the plate of pepper soup in her hands. Norma stirred the sleeping pills into his tea that night, her hands steady. "Drink," she whispered as Emem drowsed. "When you wake, everything go better." That night, she rode him like the river goddess herself, chanting silent prayers to ancestors who dealt with water spirits. Emem stared at the pregnancy test in their bathroom, hands shaking. 2 pink lines. Life. His reflection in the mirror looked gaunt, dark circles under his eyes, lips chapped from sleeplessness. 5 weeks along, the doctor had said earlier that day. "Congratulations, Oga." A cold finger traced Emem's spine. Mami Wata's countdown, days left. That evening, at Emem's mansion, Victoria Island, Jide, his manager, sat stiffly on the Italian leather couch, a glass of whiskey. "Oga, you won't do waiting?" Jide's voice cracked. Emem slipped a folded paper across the glass table. His will. "Jide, if anything happened to me, you go take care of Norma and the pikin. My monies, my property, everything, na them own am. I no get anybody apart from them. Abeg, you go fit do this thing for me?" "But sir," Jide, Emem's eyes burned. "I no fit let my pikin pay for my mistake." A shadow in the hallway. Norma, holding her still flat stomach, pressed a hand to her mouth in tears. Emem's Range Rover crunched over dead leaves as he parked near the river. The flute felt heavy in his hands. "Mami Wata," he whispered, "I don't come pay my debts." He played the cursed melody, the same one that made him famous. The river stirred, froth bubbled. Then, Mami Wata rose from the water, more terrifying than beautiful now. Skin peeling to reveal sharp teeth, hair alive with snakes. "Foolish man," she hissed. "You think say you fit trick me? Your wife don't already bring my payments." A car door slammed. Norma stumbled through the bushes, her face streaked with tears. "No!" Emem roared. Norma clutched her stomach. "Take the baby instead. Spare my husband own." Mami Wata laughed, a sound like drowning. "Too late, madam. The pikin don't already belong to." Emem lunged at her, not at his wife, but at the spirit. They crashed into the river. The water turned black, thrashing like a wild animal. Norma screamed as Emem's hand breached the surface one last time, touching the flute before vanishing. At the naming ceremony 8 months later, Norma's baby boy giggled as she smiled sadly, knowing the sacrifice his father made for him to be born. Far away in Balogun, the old woman smiled toothlessly at another desperate musician. "Fine boy, fine musician." The flute glinted in her palm. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories brought to life. Share this with someone who loves a good story. And tell us in the comments, would you ever play the flute if Mami Wata called you?